Hi, it's me, Vamp, and welcome to the weekly slash monthly slash try to be weekly slash something else podcast. Okay, this is the Warframe podcast mostly, but we do talk about other stuff sometimes. So let's talk about both at the same time, shall we? Okay, first in Warframe news. The update, as of making this podcast, the update is insert for a console, the old blood. I'll be honest, it's only been like about a week, give or take a little more, and it's already insert, which is good. It's way faster than things used to be, but because of how things were announced, it got some people confused and people expected it a lot sooner. So unfortunately, I don't think he's getting the praise that it deserves. Wait, can you hear my squeaky chair? It's very squeaky. Don't know if you can hear it or not, but I need a new chair. Any chair companies, if you're out there, feel free to sponsor me, you know? Okay, okay, but seriously. So what I think, because here's what Dee actually said on their page for the Old Blood. They said coming to PC and console soon, which is technically true. It's technically true. But most people read that as coming to PC and console at the same soon, and not different soons like it ended up being. So unfortunately, these not getting the praise they deserve, because I don't know if you guys were here like 3+ years ago, but consoles had to wait like a month or so just to go to cert. Yeah, so it was pretty crazy. Like we would be a month and a half before we got any update, and we just got all our updates thrown at us at once. While PC was updating every week back then, we were updating like every month and a half. So they'd get like 4 new weapons a week. We'd get like 6 new weapons a month and a half, or 5 new weapons all at once, and just one big update, which is I'm glad things are different now. They're definitely for the better. I wish Dee would get some recognition for that. Dee, if you're listening to this podcast, I doubt you are, or watching it on the YouTube. I doubt you are. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate the strives you made. I know I have a PC account, but I'm a console main. I'm a PS4 main. So I really appreciate the quicker turnaround than how it used to be. I just wanted to get that out there first. And now here's one of the things that sort of caught my attention, which is that Stadia, Google Stadia. That does relate to Warframe, kind of, okay? Okay, so Google Stadia is launching soon. I think next week for early adopters, don't know. But apparently their launch lineup is terrible. Apparently they don't include half of what they said they did include at launch, and then they include Destiny 2, that's cool. But most of their including things are just you gotta pay for it in general. Destiny 2 is free though, if you paid that $100-something, so that's cool. That's cool. Okay. So, but the reason I bring up Google Stadia is because I'm wondering, what do you guys think about the idea of Warframe being on Google Stadia? I understand Warframe is a free-to-play game. So, you would basically be giving yourself a subscription service, or however Stadia works, I think it's like gaming for Netflix, but for gaming, something like that. Not entirely sure. But if that's how it works, then how would you guys feel about paying that for Warframe per se? I'm not saying strictly for, I mean, that's extended to PC users as well, but what I'm thinking is more console users. Like, not the console users that are happy where they're at, but the console users that kind of, have their hand face towards the glass window. They're looking at that PC Warframe being updated, running on that mega super specced out PC. They're just looking in the window, eyes pressed to the windows, sad face that they can't get, because they know if they download Warframe on their PC will be on fire, and every time they try to go into the plane divider line, the PC will crash and burn and all that stuff. I don't speak from the view of a bunch of the people that visited my stream over at twit.tv/Vamp6x6x6x and told me that they couldn't log into Plane Divider Line, and even now apparently they still have trouble logging into Plane Divider Line. So that's a thing. So yeah, would that appeal to anyone? I honestly am curious. The thought popped in my head once I saw that Google Stadia doesn't have the best lineup in the world. I was thinking, why not include Warframe? Then I got to thinking, hey, why not actually try to include Warframe? That seems like not a bad idea at all that they should try. Worst case scenario, it fails and people rather play free-to-play Warframe either on their respective console or on PC on their own platform, and they don't want to pay that extra money, because I know for a fact a lot of PC users have problem with the fact that if you play on the Switch or play on PS4, you do not have to have their online streaming services, PlayStation Plus or Nintendo Switch Online. But apparently if you play on the Xbox One, if you play Warframe on the Xbox One, apparently you'll have to have gold to play with other people. That's just what I hear, and I believe that's the case as far as I know, even to this day. And that's not necessarily the best thing in the world, but PC users I know don't even have to worry about even the idea of that for any game. So, I'm interested to see if that's something that you guys would even possibly want in the future. Warframe on Google Stadia. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would just be another option. I'm not saying put Warframe only on Stadia. I'm just saying it would be another option for, let's say, people who, like I said, want to make the jump to playing Warframe on PC to get the new updates, bugs and all. And people who want to, continue playing Warframe on PC, but their PCs aren't good enough. And I'm wondering how streaming works. Am I allowed to stream a streaming service? I mean, okay, because I stream over at twit.tv/Vamp6x6x6x, as well as make YouTube videos on both YouTube channel Warframe Madness and the YouTube channel Vamp Plays. So I'm wondering how that works exactly. I mean, am I allowed to make videos from a game that's on Stadia? I have a I have a capture card I use now for my PlayStation. Why would I even get Stadia? I have Warframe on my PC account, which actually can run it pretty well, if I do say to myself. Um, PS4, I have Warframe on. Nintendo Switch, I have Warframe on. Okay, I have Warframe on 3 out of 4 platforms that it's currently on. And Stadia wouldn't even be another platform. It would literally just be Warframe on PC run through the Stadia service. But clearly it wouldn't be for people like me. It would be for the people I mentioned that want to make a leap from console to PC, but their PC can't handle it, or they're already on PC, but their PC can't handle it, so they never get on Warframe because they just don't like the constant, crashing, worry about crashing every time and whatnot. And just let me know your opinions on that. Man, I went on a rant, tangent, whatever, but it popped in my head. So, yeah. Okay. So, I just want to point this out. If you're on YouTube watching this / listening to this, I posted another video slightly talking about this, but I had a mic issue the other day. Any day that's not today is the other day, by the way. And it turned out to be a simple fix. It turned out to be the cord. Luckily, I had a backup cord. But I was freaking out for a good 20 to 30 minutes about it because that's everything. I don't have the money right this second to get a new mic. I'm just me. I'm not like a full big multi-million-dollar business that can just, something breaks. Let me just order it. It will be here tomorrow type thing. I don't have all that money, so I was kind of freaking out about it. So what I decided to do is get myself, in the future, whenever I get money, I'm going to get myself a backup mic. Just so I can be this mic is out. Oh, good. I have a backup, so I don't have to stop everything because my mic doesn't work anymore. Luckily, it got fixed. You're fixed, right, Mike? Right, Mike? Yeah, okay. So, moving on. That's what happened to me. I talked about the update. I talked about Google Stadia thing. Disney Plus, I don't know how I could work Warframe into that at all. I'm not sponsored by Disney Plus. I just thought I'd mention that it actually did come out. Apparently it had some promising TV shows. I grew up watching Disney, okay? I'm a Disney... I don't want to call myself a Disney kid because 1, I'm not a kid, 2, but I grew up watching old Disney, not like nowadays Disney. I'm talking Boy Meets World type Disney, When the boy meets world, the boy... Okay. But yeah, I grew up watching shows like that. That's So Raven, Boy Meets World, Lizzie McGuire, shows like that. Actually, Lizzie McGuire and That's So Raven are both on Disney Plus, as far as I know. Which, again, is the streaming service. It's the Disney streaming service. Which means it's also the Marvel Universe streaming service as well. Because Disney owns Marvel. Disney owns so much nowadays. And apparently they're bringing all of their old classic Disney movies to there, except for the racist ones from years ago. Okay, so, and I don't mean just PC. There were some older Disney movies that were pretty out there. Yeah, okay. But enough about that. I actually, I don't think I really have too much to do, except for I've been watching a lot of anime lately. I've been watching Ruby lately. I put those both in different categories because that Ruby technically not an anime, but I feel like it's at least an honorary anime in my eyes. But anyway, I digress about that. My point to that is, I think DE consider making a Warframe anime. That would be so awesome. A Warframe anime. I mean, you'll have the Tatsu in the game. It can be one of the characters' signature weapons. You guys know how much I do not like Excalibur, not one bit. I was so worried about ever telling you guys that because I was worried that all my Warframe accounts would just be spammed with Excalibur. Luckily, that's not the case. But as much as I don't like Excalibur, I understand it is the face of Warframe. He he's the face of Warframe mostly because he was the only Warframe at the initial time. But nonetheless, he's the face of Warframe. So, I wouldn't even mind if he was the main character in the anime. That's how much I want to see Warframe as an anime. That's how much I like Warframe. That's how much I like the animes. So, if DE, if you're listening, again, I doubt you're listening or watching on YouTube, but if you're listening, Warframe anime Warframe. Anime Warframe, animation Warframe, Warname, anime frame. Ooh, anime frame. Yeah, we got it. It only took us a while, but we got the title. Anime frame. That's what we're going with. Anime frame, okay? It would be kind of like Animatrix was for the Matrix, but Warframe style, but better than Animatrix. Animatrix fans, don't hate me. I'm not saying it was terrible. I'm just saying Warframe needs to be better. It's 2019 as of making this podcast. I always feel like I have to say as of making this because I feel like someone would come back 10 years from now and if YouTube is still around, they will leave in the comment section, what do you mean it's not 2019, it's 2029? And we have that. Okay, well, anyway, that happened. I said that. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of iffy about ending the podcast here. I feel like podcasts should be longer than what I make them. I mean, my two longest podcasts are, well, three longest podcasts are the podcast where I interview people. That one where I interview my best friend. There are two other podcasts where I interview both D. Taylor and D.E. Megan. D. Taylor or Megan, if you're watching this or listening to this podcast, which I doubt you are, hi, thanks again for letting me interview you guys. Also, do any other D stuff, if you're watching this, feel free to, I don't know where I was going with that. Hi to all of you as well. And these stuff, if you ever, any of you want to be guests on the podcast, let me know. Hit me up. You can't see, but I'm actually making the phone, the call me thing, call me. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I feel like I should end the podcast. It's actually pretty late over here right now. I just slept a lot earlier, so I'm like wide awake, and I had some energy drinks and whatnot, and I'm getting stuff done, okay? getting stuff done. Okay, well, I'm going to end it there. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you're on YouTube, feel free to smash that like button. We've almost, at the time of this podcast, reached 3,000 subscribers on the YouTube. My goal is to get at least 3,000 by the end of this year. We already reached my Twitch goal of getting 3,000 followers by the end of this year. My Vamp channel, it doesn't look like I'm going to reach the goal of 200 subscribers on that channel this year, but that's okay. I can only do what I can do. As long as I'm trying to reach the goal, that's what's important. A friend of mine actually told me that not too long ago, and I don't know if she thinks I did, but I did really take it to heart because it's entirely true. Because, yeah, remember kids, I know I said remember kids as if this is going to be a joke, but seriously, goals are very important, but as long as you're trying to reach them, don't be too hard on yourself if you don't reach them. And with that said, I think I'm going to end the podcast thing here. I know I said that before, but this time I really am. Later.